know how to look at chat in this. Um, Boy, this is fucked. Practiced more before I did this. Um, but I got 0 viewers, so it's okay. How do I pull up chat? Is that the chat? Nope, that's chat filter. Is that chat? I can start a poll, but I don't even know how I'd see the poll. Oh, fuck. Does that do anything? Nope. That's a copy link. Well, this is Nicer Podcast, stupid. Episode 98. I'm here at a park. I used to live in a tent just down there. But as you can see, there are water spouts that flooded the entire area, including my tent. Now it's home to 3 geese. It's kind of tragic how the geese have come flooding in, and I have. There you go. I can see chat now. My name is Turk February. I was second mic on a podcast called Nicer Podcast Stupid, Mr. Eugene. And I was just, I decided I'd answer some burning questions about the show. It was a long running show. It was, I think we lasted at least like 6 or 7 months. And then it stopped happening, and the host disappeared, and also I temporarily disappeared as well. So I was hoping we could, dispel some myths, answer some questions, and look at the natural beauty of the flood right over there that destroyed my tent in which I've been living. Holy shit, there's so many bugs right here. By the way, I'm being a little quieter than I usually am because there are lots of people in the park today. It's a long weekend, and a lot of people are coming out here with their families and stuff. My usual picnic table has been taken over, which is tragic. What happened to Cecil McFly? That's an excellent question. Cecil, by the way, Cecil McFly, I should tell people who don't know, she was the reason I started a channel to begin with. I used to put her on because I get really, really drunk while watching YouTube videos, and her mic was so bad that it would jar me awake as I was passing out. And I'd watch that channel, and I watched every video on that channel. And then eventually she fixed her mic, and I started losing interest. But no, Cecil is still around. I see her on my Discord every now and then. She says some very controversial things. Some of them, even I can't stand by. She's still around. She's doing her thing. I think she's focusing more on the Patreon side of things, the more profitable side of YouTube. She never got into Bitwave and the stuff that was completely free and completely out there. I remember a time where she would actually... She doesn't stream, so she doesn't have as much notoriety as some other YouTubers have gotten, which has limited her opportunities a little bit. But she really is a good content creator, and I do recommend her. Particularly if you want to hear somebody complaining about fat people. If that's what you're into, she's really into that. Like, she will do a 6-part, 2 hour an episode thing on just somebody who does a food blog. But yeah, Cecil's great. I used to always call her Cecil. I stopped doing that because she corrected me. It took me about like 4 years to actually stop after being notified, but I did. Now, yeah, her two big points of contention with the world are fat people and transgender people. If you want to hear somebody angry, start a park pile. Is that the real CHH? Because if you're here in the audience and not doing a show when we should be doing a show, I'm actually what's a park pile? Oh, you mean like a Bush Mountain, but in a park? That'd be very disrespectful to the community. I don't mind doing a mountain in my own place, but in a park, that just seems very, very disrespectful. Now, if that is the real CHH, I want to know what happened to you, because a lot of people have been asking that question. A lot of people have been asking, where has Mr. Hellhole gone? One of those people is not me, because, well, to be honest, I've been busy with other shit. But now that I think about it, where have you gone, Mr. CHH? Oh, he's on Kiwi Farms. Yeah, that makes sense. What's your handle? So we can all follow you. We, we, we all eventually end up on Kiwi Farms. That's a weird, one of the weirdest parts of my entire existence on YouTube has been when Kiwi Farms started using me as a source because uh, I this is so stupid, but early on in my YouTube career, my not a career, let's call it what it is, my YouTube hobby. I put Mount Weasels in everything that I did. If you don't know what a Mount Weasel is, it's intentionally false statement in a factual piece of writing. So let's say you're writing a dictionary. How can you tell that somebody's not just copying your dictionary to make their own dictionary? Well, you make a Mount Weasel. You make an intentionally false entry because you can't copyright a fact. You can't copyright a definition for a word. But if you put something in there that's false, you can look at it and you can say, listen, I'm the only person who's ever stated this because I made it up and this person copied me. So I made usually one Mountain Weasel per video I did so I could track if people were stealing my shit. And Kiwi Farms uses me as a source so fucking much that it became grating, which is why I nuked my first channel, by the way. Like, I became so disillusioned. It's just like, dude, stop stealing my shit and claiming you discovered it. The thing you're claiming about this person is something I made up about them on purpose to catch you copying me. I made a fucking Mount Weasel. Will you fight Kitty Style IRL? Oh boy. That is a really difficult question. Like, does he profit off of it? Because I'm uncomfortable doing anything he's profiting off of. If it's just like, hey, let's meet in a parking lot and beat the shit out of each other, absolutely I would. If it's like something that he can sell tickets to or in any way benefit from, I don't think I can morally justify that in any way, shape, or form. The last time I saw Kitty Style do anything, it was beyond reprehensible. Um, he was he had started a streaming channel where he could not be tracked any longer, and he was literally streaming to children, maybe 3 or 4 children at a time, and he was using AI to propagate this like mythological version of his story, and I don't even want to cover it, nor do I want to discuss it, nor do I want to give it any attention because it's just gross. Like I I told Kitty Style when I did the documentary on him, I'd ask him 3 questions, and in exchange, I would give him 30 seconds to say whatever he wanted to the world. I felt that was fair because I knew he would just hang himself with his own tongue. And yeah, after that, I really people people have asked me to do a follow up, and people have sent me more and more stuff that he did. Discord stuff, a lot of really creepy and really scary stuff. Um, I'm just like, this is a matter for, like, my channel, as far as I'm concerned, is comedy. It's funny. It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to get a laugh out of it. Like, even when I cover something like, people abusing dogs, I'm not making fun of dog abuse, but I'm trying to at least get a laugh from this horrible situation. But Kitty got so dark and so, yeah, somebody much more talented and much more skilled and much, uh, let's say, serious than me needs to cover that. Um, would I fight him if I saw him in the street? Yes. If it was a official big thing, no. Any other questions? Because the only way the Q&A works is if there are questions. Where are you actually living? Um, Not far from here. This is obviously, I'm sure a few people are familiar with this place. This is Downsview. I'm in Toronto, the most multicultural city in the world. Uh, we used to have the tallest building in the world. Oh, I have a room, but I share a bathroom, which is a slight downgrade, but considering my location, it's an upgrade. I used to have my own bathroom. Now I don't. um, that's a weird new thing for me, sharing a bathroom. It's uncomfortable, I will admit, but it does save me some money. I'm planning to move closer downtown, closer to, oof, let's say February, but still need to work that out. Oh, there's a message held for review. Is your roommate a man? Yes. Um, okay, so this is interesting. Yes and no. Regarding the question, hang on, I gotta let some people pass before I say this loudly. In the meantime, enjoy the scene. There's a thing that looks like a house. There's a thing that looks like a gate. That's pretty cool. Um, Wartmort says, "Holy S, we are sipping on the same S." Sorry, there's lots of kids around. I don't want to be cursing, but hey, it's Bush. It's a fantastic, fantastic drink for fantastic people. Now, as for the question, are you allowed to drink openly in Canada? The answer is yes and no. So, 55 parks in the city have said it's okay. This is not one of those parks. However, as long as you clean up after yourself, nobody's going to bother you. Will I be arrested? No. Because there are people doing far worse things just on the next street, um, out in the open. Is it legal? No. No. I just have to be careful. I can't be brazen about it. You'll notice I'm keeping my voice down. I'm kind of, when people are walking by, I put it away out of sight. Like, I'm being polite, and to Canadians, following the rules is not as important as presenting yourself as being, you know, polite, doing your best. That's really all Canadian society is about, and surprisingly, it functions pretty well. I mean, you guys, I'm assuming most of you have seen my rants about Canadian patriotism, the problems with my country, and the things I love about my country. And one of the things is there's a stereotype that we are extremely polite, extremely forgiving, but it should not be confused for us being nice. Where's the second chat? Do you have a Discord? I do have a Discord, but I forget my login. So technically, I don't have a Discord. The interesting thing about Discord is, do you guys know? Shit. This could take up a show of its own. But have you guys ever heard of the Meme House podcast? Because I once moved in with one of my Discord followers as a goof. And we tried streaming out of there. And we called it the Meme House Podcast. It was fucking disastrous. It was pulled from YouTube immediately because we violated so many fucking rules. And like 2 days later, I pissed myself on the guy's couch, and he threw me out of his house. And that was the end of the Meme House podcast. It was so fucking stupid. Like, I honestly, I wish. Oh God, I wish I had a time machine. You know what? I probably could still download the deleted podcast because YouTube. I don't think they delete. Actually, no, they probably deleted the whole thing. But I'm sure I backed it up on a drive somewhere. It was so fucking disastrous. It was meant to be. Like, the whole point was there's no way I can move in with a guy I met on Discord and we're gonna get along. Why CHH banned from the forum? I didn't know he was. To be honest, this is news to me. If he's actually banned from the forum, I wouldn't be surprised if there were issues with the admin, because CHH has been talking a lot of shit for a long time. There's definitely disagreements, and they're, as far as I'm concerned, they're all valid. but I haven't been banned. I haven't even been warned. And I've echoed his sentiments quite a lot, so it must have been an issue I just wasn't around for. Um, if he's not actually banned, well, he's he must have some other shit to do. Who's Raha Jackson? Raja? Raha? I'm sorry, that one kind of over my head. What does that mean? Lay on the front porch. Of like the meme house?
A lighter?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, hang on. That one's no good. Yeah, there's a better one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Harrowing. Um, after 6 beers, you want to listen to some fucking synthwave and just stare at the water like that. And then it just goes do 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 do, and you're like, yeah, this shit's cool. This is how life should be. This is how the world should be. Everybody should be down in a park on a bench. Am I in Oshawa? Oh, Bach. Oh, fake Bach. No, I'm not in Oshawa. I'm actually in Toronto. I'm not too far from where you are. In fact, I might be going where you are, where real you is, on the 15th, I think. What is strong zero? I'm guessing no, because I don't know what that is. But strong and zero sound like contradictions to me. Because strong usually means over 6%, and zero usually means 0%. I keep pulling the camera away because I need to wipe my nose. And it's not because I got a runny nose or anything. It's because this mustache, I, I haven't gotten a proper way to trim it for a long ass time. And now it's actually crawling up inside my nose. Uh, 1070, oh, 107.3 WAAF. Turkey, love you, miss you. Well, I haven't really gone anywhere. I've still been around. I just haven't been doing the same content as I have been. I've been doing a lot of rants and a lot of messed up stuff on the forums. Uh, I've busied myself with text more than video stuff. Why are there screaming children? Because this is a horrifying, terrifying place. You see, I'm broadcasting from hell. guys are assholes. You guys are all fucking assholes. Considering the news that came out yesterday from the Waterloo Regional Police Service, you guys are all fucking assholes. Uh, that is a slanderous lie, considering I've worked in like 3 different ones and might soon be working in one as well. No, that is not the case. Mr. 1073 WAAF, if that is your real name. Which, to be honest, I doubt. I don't believe that's your real name at all. I think that's a name you made up for the internet. I'm gonna have to piss in a bush at some point. Alright, any more questions? Because I might wrap up soon. Oh my god, a show that's only 30 minutes long? That's all I ever begged CHH for. Let's just do a short show. Let's do it early in the evening. Why am I so Canadian, Mr. Bach? Oh, if I have to finish all the beer on this show, it's gonna be until like fucking midnight. Because I've come prepared. I am going to get fudged up in this park because I'm so sick of living in a room without anything to do. That's an interesting thing you say, Fake Bach, because I recently did lose a suitcase full of my belongings. I actually own very few things. And I was devastated. Devastated by that. It really, really hurt me that all of a sudden all the stuff I owned was just gone. And then I realized just how little I needed that shit. And the only value that stuff had was purely sentimental. A lot of it was nice. Nicer podcast stupid is already over. Like, so I quit the show after the second episode. I handed my resignation in, but there was a caveat. There was a catch, which is I would continue doing the show until a suitable replacement was found. Now, as much as I hated to do it, I recommended Bubbler to be my replacement. Hellhole did not find this to be a suitable replacement. Now, I was willing to support the show in any way, shape, or form. I just didn't want to be on it anymore. This was 2 episodes in. Episode 68 is when I actually left, which is when I actually called it. But if you'll recall, first or second show, I gave you, if that is you, my notice of resignation. I said I'd stick around until a replacement is found. Mr. Hellhole, in his infinite wisdom, did not accept my resignation. Now, a normal person would go, well, fuck you can't keep me around. But I'm not a regular person. I felt a certain attachment to the product because I was involved in its creation. And I did, as I said, I wanted it to succeed. I wanted it to be better. I wanted it to be funnier. I wanted it to be more interesting than a certain other stream that sounds, which has a very similar name to ours. Just must be parallel thinking, really. But I wanted Hellhole to succeed. I wanted Nicer Podcast Stupid to succeed. So I stuck around. And the following is like 8 people. You can see them. Actually, it is 8 people. You can see there's 8 people watching. But uh, in all honesty, the one thing that triggered me to stick around for, you know, 158 episodes or whatever it was, and to stream from the hospital is the fact that uh, Dan Mullen was so pissed off, was so threatened, and was so uncomfortable because of us that he started saying that I was being abused, that I was being mistreated. Like he tried the divide and conquer strategy, and in a weird way, that there's a sniff for you, CHH. In a weird way, that made me commit harder and more to the show than possible. Now, there were a couple of things I was supposed to do. I was supposed to move the show to my channel. I was supposed to run OBS. Eventually, I was going to phase myself out of the show, but I was still going to run kind of the board. I was going to be the peripheral, proverbial, sorry, I'm not proverbial, proverbial OP of the show. I was going to just sit back, let the funny people do funny things, and yeah, that never happened. None of that happened. And part of that is my fault because one thing is, like, I streamed on Bitwave, I streamed on YouTube, but I always streamed without video, without, it was always mostly audio only. And if you saw anything different than that, if you saw like clips and there was like video attached, that's because it was edited after the fact, for the most part. The Women's Day special is the first time I tried doing video and Discord calls and stuff like that, and it worked. I thought it was a perfectly good special, but there was a latency issue, and I could never fix that. So I never hosted the show. CHH always hosted the show because he never ran into those issues. But because I had the experience of like 5 years of doing streams, he thought I was better. No, CHH is a much better host. He's a much better face, and he's also a better board person. So what's the point of having me on the stream? I'm not, like, I don't do funny shit. Well, I mean, I can be funny once in a while, but second mic it's just not me. I have no pile in my home because, as you've noticed, I no longer take my mountain to my home. I take my mountain to public trash cans. Any more questions while we're here? CHH is not a monotone bore. CHH will, if I had to criticize CHH, I would say he lets certain bits go on longer than they should. Well, dude, if you wanna CHH, if you are the real CHH, just host a show and I'll come on it. We can do that. I have no problem with that. It'll be 99. Closing in on that precious 100. If you want to do that, give me the link, and yeah, we'll do that. Like I said, I have no experience with StreamYard. I have no experience with that type of broadcasting. I'm old school, Discord, pots and pans clanging in the background, Kiwi Farms, dog shit. Absolute horrible. Alright, like, chat has just given me 3 things in a row that I don't understand, other than we're back and better than ever. What the hell is Meg 7? What's the life update? Life update is I've settled my debts. I'm living a pretty meager life. I live in a room. I share a bathroom. And I drink at a park. I live in Toronto, which is a city I equally hate and love. It's no Ottawa, but then again, it's not Ottawa. Like, if you know, you know. It's, among Canadians. Toronto's like New York City, and Ottawa's like, I guess technically it's like Washington, D.C., but it's nothing like Washington, D.C., other than it's where government is. What is my diaper status? Very fresh. I got this diaper. It hasn't even been through the laundry yet. It's straight from the store. Now, I'm a man who reuses my diapers, so it's very unusual for me to wear a fresh one. Now, I know there are men out there like Dan Mullen, for example, who will make doo-doos and doopies and dookies in their diaper and will wear them for as many as 2 months straight. I find that disturbing, but also I understand where they're coming from. Fresh diapers for life, thank you. Thank you. I'm just glad somebody... What the fuck are we... How did it get to this? You realize the sun has set since the beginning of this? I thought this would go on for literally 2 minutes. She cleans his dookies out of the toilet. which is, by the way, a secret that he will never tell you. Dan sometimes dookies in a toilet rather than his diaper. And she cleans it, but he pays her to do it. And it's this sort of role play that they've gotten into. It's kind of like fetishizing the idea that here's this man, he has a perfectly good diaper that he shits in. But he also shits in the toilet so that she can, like, clean the shit out of the toilet. He clogs the toilet on purpose. He flushes brown paper towels. He gets the brown ones. He doesn't get the white ones. Like, you know, the brown ones? Those, like, industrial paper towels. He puts them down the toilet before he shits. So he shits on top of them, and then he flushes, and then they get clogged, and then she has to clean them out, and then he pays her like $50, and then they have sex. And it's their idea of role play, which personally I find unusual. I was going to use the word disgusting, but, you know, I don't want to judge anybody that harshly. It's just a weird thing that the two of them do. I don't know how well known it is in the community, but now you know. By the way, at least 4 people walked by me during that rant and heard all of it. Did you see a guy drinking Bush on a park bench, ranting about some guy flushing paper towels? Oh, this is so stupid. How oily? I don't think it's that oily. Do I look oily? I think it might be a lot of light because it is nighttime and there is a light like directly behind me. I don't think I'm that oily. Do I look oily to you guys? I do need a haircut. I will admit that. I kind of do look like a bum. Which is unsurprising. Alright, guys. I'm almost about ready to wrap it up. Let's do one more question. One last question. I'm not gonna shave my head on Nicer Podcast. I have too big of a fucking head. Like, look at the size of my fucking head. I would look like a fucking scary ass monster if I shaved this shit. Well, I return as permanent host of Nicer Podcast Stupid. No, it would be too different of a show from what Nicer Podcast Stupid is. Will I do the show again as second or third mic or as a caller? Yes. Will the Turk February show come back? Maybe when we figure out a platform where we won't be thrown off the way some of my last few shows have been. We've been on, like, the Turk February show has been on YouTube, it's been on Bitwave, it's been on Rumble, It's been on fucking, I forget what the one was where you fucking gave people like bananas or some shit, and it was like Bitcoin. We've been on every platform imaginable, and we've always found ourselves in trouble. So the Turk February show will be back when we feel the climate. Well, and yes, there are two co-hosts technically, and Cecil McFly as an occasional guest, even though she doesn't stream, but certainly loves to send in messages and bullshit to talk about. Turk February show will come back when the climate is right. Nice podcast, stupid. If Mr. Hellhole asks me to come back, I will. Although, personally, I prefer the show. They did one episode without me, and in my opinion, that's the best episode of the show. Like, my favorite episode of the show is the one I wasn't on. And that says a lot. I'm not, like, being self-deprecating in any way, shape, or form. There were bits, there was calls, there was interaction, and, yeah, like, I don't know if I'm a good second mic. Like, Fez, I don't know how many of you guys listen to Ron and Fez. Fez was not a good second mic. Fez was an excellent contributor, but he was not a good second mic, especially towards the end. And, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like chaos and fodder that I supplied, but was I really a good second mic? No. I didn't give a shit about what was happening. Didn't I didn't know what the show was about until 2 minutes before the show started. So Hellhole would have a thing planned, which good on him. But I would come in with the mentality of, well, now I gotta improvise. And yeah, dude, you would come in with a video. Fuck. Whatever. This is not the time or the place to debate how. Actually, wait. This is exactly the time and the place to debate how the show worked. Yes. This is exactly that time and that place. Except I got a piss in a park. And this park is completely filled with people. Like, there's nothing to hide behind. Oh, fuck. Oh, shoot. I did not foresee this possibility. Alright. Hang on. Loyal listeners, I'm gonna put you in my pocket while I search for a corner. I'll just be a sec. that was not discreet. I was like halfway through the piss when I realized there was a picnic table full of people just staring at me pissing. Now, one thing I don't do is I do not pick up ciggy butts. I haven't done that since 2023. So, shame on you for spreading that misinformation. Oh my god. Here comes security. Oh, and there they go. It's not mud, it's some kind of tall grass native to this region. Oh, fuck. I can still see the people on the picnic tables that watched me piss. Oh, this is so uncomfortable. I might have to move just out of uncomfortability. I finished the piss. They saw me through half the piss. I mean, I realized they were watching me through half the piss, but I finished the piss. And as we all know, when I'm at home, I sit down to piss because I know how to piss properly. Are there any laws on the books about pissing in public? Yes. And they're actually very strict. I've heard, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard that you can actually be put on the sex offender registry for pissing in public. Now, is that enforced? I haven't seen. It's something I've heard about. I've never seen, but yes, there are very strict laws about pissing in public, which I don't really get because during the pandemic, you couldn't. Every place locked their doors and wouldn't let you use the bathroom. So I guess like homeless people just had to hold it in. I don't know. I mean, it's a stupid thing to care about, but I actually do care about that because, like, I lived in St. Catharines for three years of my life, and the percentage of homeless people to homed people there is outrageous. Like, there's tent cities everywhere, and the fact that businesses lock their doors to make sure nobody can piss there is sort of outrageous. Like it actually, like it, I know it sounds stupid, but it seems like a human rights concern to me. Like, just let people fucking piss. It's piss. You can flush it down the toilet. If they do it on your wall, fucking the rain will wash it off. It's piss. Like, if you tell people they can't piss inside and they're not allowed to piss outside, where are they supposed to piss? Where? No, honestly, tell me. Where is a person supposed to piss if they can't piss outside or inside? You can't. It's fucked up. No, the McDonald's would lock the bathrooms. Sorry, CHH says find a McDonald's, stupid. No. During COVID, they would specifically lock the bathrooms and say customers cannot use bathrooms, non-customers cannot use bathrooms, even libraries wouldn't let you use their bathrooms. That a security guard, I'm not kidding, a security guard at the door seeing if you are worthy to use the bathroom. Like, does that not seem like some Gestapo shit? And yes, pissing in Flavia's mouth is, of course, the better option. I was not ever banned from any place other than 4 bars in downtown Brantford, Ontario. Now, these 4 bars were all owned by the same person. But the people who banned me were 4 different people. And I was banned for using the C word once. Once for forgetting to pay the bill. Once. No, I forget what the other 2 were, but I was, at a point in time, there were literally 4 bars across the street from each other in downtown Brantford. I was banned from all of them. All right, boys. Beer 3, I'm definitely stopping after this one. What about Wendy's? It's all the same shit. Actually, here's a weird thing about Wendy's. I don't know if I like have a weird genetic thing or something, but Wendy's to me smells absolutely disgusting. I absolutely hate the smell. I can smell a Wendy's from a block away. They have a very unique, very gross smell to me. But at the same time, I also find their food very tasty. I don't know if it's like melon, where like I don't know, is it 1 in 4 people just can't stand fucking melon? Wendy's tastes good, but to me, the smell is so gross, I rarely go in. I don't know what it is. All right, I know I said this before, but one more question, then I'm going. Because I want to listen to some synthwave and actually enjoy my buzz. One more question. One more. Nope. I am enjoying myself. Oh, just one. Oh, that's a. Oh, you tricked me, you cocksucker. All right, boys. I'm calling it a night. This has been a nicer podcast, Stupid 98. Probably my favorite episode so far because, well, I didn't have to compete with 6 other retards. I just got to be a retard all by myself. Yep. Let's call it a night. Let's go out. Because I'd normally play a song on the Turk February show, but I can't do that because I don't know YouTube that well. Are you going to recycle those cans? That's up to the city. I'm not going to give them into a store. Yeah. So let's go out on a view of the city. Do 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 boo 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 do. Rest in peace, Cobra. Bye for now. Oh shit, that's not how I turned off. Fuck. Nope. Not that. Definitely not that.